What's up, guys? Hello. A very, nice shift. Got some money. Weren't able to pay me that much, but, got some nice snacks today. It's nice to see this populated. Apparently this is the better action RPG that released today. Everybody seems to hate the new Diablo season. I was like, yeah, as soon as they announced that this was coming out the same day as Diablo, I'm like, yeah, I'm not even gonna... Diablo's not even in the equation. I'd rather play this. I thought last Diablo season was pretty fun, but... I don't know, I only play that game casually. And community is very demoralizing to be around because they hate the game so much, but they keep playing it. And as somebody who used to do that, I try to I try to avoid communities like that. I don't really do that anymore. I try my best not to. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but I'm like, this game's right here. You got Last Epoch, Stranger Paradise, Neo. This is better games than Diablo 4. Everybody's on Xbox. There's like no one on PC. We're just like not gonna play? That's what I thought. How do I get out? Let's play by myself then. mean, the main problem was that they were going to wipe. And there weren't that many moves. And now there's, like, way more moves. So, so far... I mean, I can say this much. The overall consensus of this patch is better than the Diablo 4 update, which also came out today. Seems like people like the game. It always was a good game, just... I don't know, hard to justify paying to play a game like this early when they're gonna wipe, but they're not wiping anymore. Today was the only wipe. They also have, like, months of updates that a lot of games that launch like this don't have. I think that's a pretty big deal. They ironed out, like, all the jank before they got more eyes on the game, and now it seems to be going pretty well. It's definitely getting a better reception than the current update for Diablo. I guess you could say Path of Exile as well. definitely don't like the music in this game. It doesn't get me energized. It's nice music, but it's very unexciting. I need good music like Phantom Breaker or like Sengoku 3 or like Streets of Rage, that kind of music. But I don't get excited with the music in this game. It's very not hype, I guess would be the word for it. So I'm just playing my own music tonight. There we go. There's some good beat-em-up music. Good shit right here. Ultimate soundtrack. DFO is not even popular outside of, like, China. He's just not gonna give me anybody. Classic. Classic, theme of this channel. I guess it's because people played really hardcore at the beginning. I wanted to stream this morning, but I was just really tired. I wasn't at all in the... Mentally, I'm fine. Physically, I was tired. I probably should have tried to get some peeps play with me or something. It's not that I can't solo, it's just that I've already done this before. That's the thing. I already went through vast majority of the content. I went through as much as I could justify with the wipe. I figured out how the game worked. Oh, I don't want to do this again. To watch all the cutscenes too, can't skip. I wanted to do the main mission and get it done quicker. Kind of wish they didn't have to wipe. I think it was worth it. Just don't like doing these protect missions. They're very boring, slow-paced. Wish they had taken these out. They should have. I don't understand why it doesn't show you. It doesn't show you what mission the people are doing. It's actually really dumb. It should just show you the list. This is an improvement over how it was before, but it's still not great. The problem is that like there's all the random missions that like don't really give you much, and most of the time, since it's most of the game, at least on your first run through the map, it's very rare you could find somebody that's actually going to be doing the one that you want. It definitely would be better if you could just put the map that you're doing, or at least have some kind of option. So it's just the same problem as everything else, where you spend a lot of time staring at a menu, and then you join, and then the people stand around, or they leave. Thankfully, up until like Danger Level 4, this game is pretty manageable solo. If you have some action game experience, I just kind of wanted to get through it quicker because I've already done all this before. Just they'd give you like an experience buff or something. Founders, give me like double experience. Get back to where I was. I had 2 classes maxed. Do it all again. The matchmaking was definitely one of the things they needed to fix before they put this on Game Pass. It's definitely better than it was, but they're still gonna have to have like actual people to play this with. Matchmaking before made like no sense and didn't encourage people to play online. They still got some improvements to make though. Like, let me just put that like, hey, I'm doing this specific level. Dude, why don't they have a pause? I'm not playing with anybody. Why does every game do that? I wanted to change the damn music. It's like pause doesn't mean anything anymore. They never give you a pause. So stupid. Like every game does that. The pause doesn't actually do anything. I push start, it pauses. Period. It's like the start button has lost its meaning. Kazan doesn't have a pause either. It's like, why? It's a single-player game. There's no online component to that game at all, besides the Revenants. Which, honestly, they don't even need a server for that. It's like actually the worst thing that Dark Souls popularized. It's not the combat, it's the pause button not actually pausing the game. So many games do that now. Don't fix what isn't broken. I've been gaming for like decades. It used to mean when you push start it paused. Now it's like this 50-50 gotcha pity thing if it like actually pauses the game. That is actually the worst thing that FromSoft popularized. It's not being able to pause. And everybody can give like undivided attention to a game for like half an hour straight. I think Kazan is just funny because there's no reason for it. I can kind of understand in this because I guess people can join your match. And like in Kazan, there's no excuse. Yeah, it's free to play, well, partially free to play. Because the only way you can get it for free is Game Pass, which I don't consider to be free. You have to pay for it monthly. And they totally, just like every other subscription service, they're really hoping that you don't remember to cancel it. So you keep giving them money. Get those ninja $15 bills when you're supposed to spend that on something else. Game Pass is alright, I guess. I personally stopped because, I just didn't have any games I wanted to play. Also, it's always a problem to convert the saves from Steam sometimes. Mods don't work. I don't know. Too many inconveniences. I definitely mess with my games a lot with mods, and then, like, Steam Deck support as well. It's a nightmare to get Game Pass on the Steam Deck. If I was playing something on there seriously, I would rather just buy it. That's what I did with Hi-Fi Rush. When they shadow dropped that. I paid for like a month. I played it for like an hour. I'm like, this game is good. I just uninstalled it and paid for it on Steam. They got some pretty good stuff this month, though. They have the Expedition 33 game. It was like one of the best games they've had on Game Pass in a while. And then they have this, too. That's a pretty stacked month. I don't know how long Expedition is, but you definitely get your money's worth out of this if you enjoy playing it. hate when it does this. It doesn't shuffle. Just get rid of it. I hate when games do this. Just get rid of it. Classic. Just get rid of stuff. Still too slow to do this. Shouldn't take this long. Yes, please get rid of it. Thank you. You can't, like, dismantle by rarity. They still haven't, like, made that better. I'm too used to Team Ninja games. They're too good with loot management. It's like, yeah, just get rid of that entire rarity, or, like, find a certain affix you don't want, and just push the button and you're back to playing. I guess that's why the game is so early access. Well, they have made the game a lot better, but still some quality of life stuff they need to iron out. Well, next level I get the, My Holiday from Tales, from Xillia 2. It's just as overpowered as that game, too. That's like the most fun move. Taking a hint from Ludger Will Kresnik. That's the good shit right there. Alright, well, let's go level up then, because that's like my favorite moves. That pretty much is just My Holiday. Let's see here. Good old falling snow, that's what it's called in English. Let me see, what set is this again? I don't remember. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this a couple more times. I don't think I'm strong enough to do that yet. No, we're just gonna give them all armor, huh? That's what I get for doing it under level. It kinda sucks, though. Not staggering. Rise-ism. Oh, come on! Chain hit stun. Just couldn't fucking move. Wish I could just join a party of somebody that was doing this quicker. Just want to see the new stuff. I've already done all this. Should totally give an experience bonus. I already know how to play the game. Getting kind of bored having to do all this again. I wish they had some kind of solution. I mean, they did give this Founders bonus thing, but I don't really care about that. I just want my stuff back. It'd be a lot faster if I had humans to play with, but the party finder is still really lackluster in this game. Every single time it gives me a match, the people just stand around. They stand around and they don't actually do anything. It's like every game, people always like ready up and then they go like, I don't know, go out for milk or something. Like, don't ready up if you don't want to play. Although, the fact that this doesn't have a pause button, I think definitely enhances that problem. When you sit down and play this game, you have to give it your undivided attention. I really think you should be able to pause in solo. If it has to turn off matchmaking, so be it. When stuff comes up, I think it was really stupid that Kazan had that. Unable to pause. It's pretty whack, honestly. Like, what reason is there to not let you pause in a single-player game? In FromSoft games, the excuse is the online. I'm like, well then, let me turn off the online. It's one thing Neo does well is it does actually have a pause button. Got Kamen Rider Geats in the party. That's pretty cool. Ace Ukyo. Maybe these people will stick around for a while. Definitely think they should have had like more new moves at the beginning, but I don't really think they're going for the founding players experience with this. There are so few people that bought this. I don't think they really care. But yeah, I definitely am getting a little bit of deja vu here. Looks like you gotta play for at least 2 somewhat long sessions to get to the new stuffs. okay, just chain hit stun. Oh, hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. Oh, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. It's just I've already done all this before, so it's kind of retreading old ground. But yeah, I'm having fun. Recording assault spy footage, you have very good taste then. That is the ultimate game right there. Game of the year, all years, right there. Assault Spy. Look for me in the credits, by the way. I'm in the credits for that game. I was a beta tester. Legendary video game right there. Game of legend. That's because the bosses stagger. Bosses actually stagger. No hyper armor. No hyper armor nonsense. I got a good track playing right here. What's up, Alvi? Yep. Some chill custom soundtrack Towerborne tonight. I don't like the music in this game. It's not bad music. It's not like it's auto-tuned rap or AI generated. It just doesn't pump me up. I like high intensity music, at least for games. The music in this game is just kind of there. I get the kind of theme they were going for, but I personally don't care for it. So. You guys like custom soundtracks, definitely watch these streams. I'm not big on the music in this game, and so it's alright. It's alright music. If you're interested in the playlist, it's private, but you can go ahead and click on it up there. It's what I use for walking, when I walk places, or when I'm on the train or the bus. Also, when I play games with music I don't like, I use this playlist. It's got like 2,000 something songs in it. Oh, that guy that's making the Mega Man Zero Unreal Engine. Yeah, I've been following that for a while. He's still pretty early on, though. I don't know when that's going to be done. So obviously, it's not something that pays the bills. The way I look at it is, Mega Man X Corrupted has been in development for like 19 years, so I think that guy can take as long as he wants. Mega Man X Corrupted seems like it actually is approaching the finish line, though. It definitely has sped up quite a bit after the guy got a team working on it. Some people have still been saying it's never going to come out. I'm like, well, the difference now is the guy has a team, and I'm pretty sure those guys don't want to work on it until they're 80. Especially because, you know, can't make any money off it. It's, you know, a Mega Man fan game. They're doing that in their spare time, not making a sense. I do think that game will will be finished soon, from what they've shown. And there's a lot they haven't shown as well, for spoiler purposes. Well, yeah, that game's been in development since I graduated high school. You guys know how old I am. I'm in my late 30s. So just think about that for a second. When I first graduated high school, that first summer, where I was like, alright, I'm an adult now and I don't have school anymore, that's when he announced that game. It's still not out. It was coded in Adobe Air. That's how old that game is. They had to do everything again from scratch. It's what's gonna come out first, Silk Song or Mega Man X Corrupted? Looks like Silk Song might actually make it. The Vaporware Projects of Legend. Silk Song is more Vaporware than Corrupted, though, because they've shown more than enough of Corrupted to show that, it actually is being worked on. Silk Song has showed nothing in years. I never really saw the appeal of Hollow Knight myself. I didn't like the art style. I didn't like how dark it was. And I know people are really excited for that game, and it's been Vaporware an extremely long time. Years. And I'm just kind of numb to that after waiting for Corrupted for half my life at this point. I legit have been waiting for that game half my life. It looks like it's gonna deliver. I won't be surprised if they get it done soon. They're very smart to not put out a demo. Very smart to do that. I don't think Capcom will really care, but I don't want a repeat of the AM2R situation, where the guy put it out and it got cease and desisted instantly. Ugh. So funny that people still update AM2R. It got cease and desisted the weekend that it came out. It was instant. Can I leave? I want to leave. There's been some misinformation about Corrupted as well, about how he has a Patreon. He does not have a Patreon. He does not have a Patreon. He has a Twitch channel, which probably has, considering how infrequently he streams, he probably makes about as much of that Twitch channel as I do a month, which is, not enough to, quit your day job. I don't think Capcom cares about that. I think he's in the clear. There's been some misinformation that he has a Patreon. I actually looked into it. He doesn't. But yeah, with fan projects like that, it's always a risk to put out demos and stuff, because then they can cease and desist it, and then you're legally not allowed to work on it anymore. They've been very smart to not do that. I don't really think Capcom cares. He's not making any money off it. I don't think they care about somebody who's got a couple subs and streams 3 times a year. I think they're smart enough to realize that the PR hit they would take for cease and desisting that is not worth it. They haven't done anything with Mega Man X in 20 years. The last game was Maverick Hunter X, 2005. At least AM2R cease and desist kind of made sense when you think about it, because they were working on the, what's it called? Samus Returns. That's like the real reason why they cease and desisted that game. I think they felt very intimidated by it, because AM2R is a better game. And like, there's no Mega Man X coming anytime soon. It's just not happening. It's wishful thinking. They even dropped that hint in the Legacy Collection. They said that there's that teaser that said that X's journey is not over or something like that. It's been like 7 years now. There's been nothing. I don't really think anything will happen to it. They're making all the right steps, which is mostly not putting out any kind of public playable version. If Capcom does clap back, the game will be released. I think it's coded in Game Maker now, so it'll just end up like AM2R. Like it got shut down, but people still update it. Oh man, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. The worst characters right here. Every time I'm close to getting to intensive battle, it always gives me Dark Team. And they're the weakest team in the game right now. I hate that. Give me literally anybody else. Give me Physical or something. Not like it matters though. Intensive battle is a whale mode. I'm not quite a whale, I'm more of a mid-class dolphin. I don't have that money to throw around. Doesn't really matter, but... They put this tanky-ass boss in the game, and then, they don't have the dark characters yet. Mega tanky. No, I don't think Capcom will do anything. In the off chance they did, they're protecting themselves. Not having a playable version. They haven't done anything about Final Fight LNS Ultimate, which has like legit offensive stuff in it. So I don't think X Corrupted is going to get any kind of negative response. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the writing in that game, LNS Ultimate, but it's juvenile middle school writing and humor. It's like they don't shut that down. They won't shut down Corrupted. Corrupted is more respectful of their IP than LNS Ultimate is. LNS Ultimate, the ending is like middle school humor. Like I would have found that funny when I was like 13, but now it's just cringeworthy. Bless LNS Ultimate. That game doesn't get cease and desisted, and nothing will. I could see them legit having a problem with that game because of how the characters are depicted and the stuff that they say. Maybe they'll actually get some kind of deal. Maybe they'll officially release Corrupted. Put it on like consoles. Oh, trust me, you don't want to see it. The game itself is fun. The ending is like, felt like it's written by like a middle schooler, but they're all like people my age or older. That's what's weird about it. They're not middle schoolers, I can tell you that. Some of those guys are in their 40s. Like, really? I played like Mario Brothers fan games where they would put like butts in the game and stuff. Totally done by like kids. And, like the writing is like they're like late 30s, early mid 40s. What? They have their teenage son write it or something. It's very possible. That will never happen with LNS Ultimate, even if they took out all the offensive stuff. There's just too much of it to take out. It's not gonna happen. Well, they didn't pay that guy. From what I understand, he didn't get paid for that. I'm glad they didn't cease and desist that game, but it kind of was a slap in the face still because they didn't do anything with Mega Man that year. It was an anniversary. It was the 25th anniversary when that game came out. And I feel like the only reason they even contacted that guy was because they knew they had absolutely nothing for the anniversary. They're like, hey, you made this game. It doesn't have any middle school writing or offensive stuff that's gonna get us a hate mob on social media. You know, we're not gonna shut it down, but we're gonna, take it and distribute it. The guy did not get paid, from what I understand, and it was also kind of a slap in the face because it's like you can't do anything with the franchise yourself. 25 years is a pretty long time, especially for a game franchise. And they had absolutely nothing but that. They didn't do anything for the 30th anniversary from Mega Man X either. Absolutely nothing. I mean, to be fair, they already put out the collections, but the 30th anniversary for that came and went real quick. Like, absolutely nothing. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening, but from what happened last time, I don't think that they would get paid. They wouldn't get any trouble, which is good, but they wouldn't get paid. I wonder if they would make them port it to console, or just have it be a free PC release. Let me see when the Astral Ascent DLC comes out. Give me a sec. Yeah, the writing in LNS Ultimate, it passes for being written by a teenager, but it's like legit people in their late 30s, mid 40s. I'm not making this up. They are all my age or much older, a good half a decade older than me, and I don't use that kind of. Most people my age don't use that kind of humor for various reasons. The Corrupted looks pretty controlled. I'm looking at the biggest arcade we have here. I'm looking at an ad, and it's like almost all raw thrills and ticket games. I'm like, that's not an arcade. That's a poor imitation. That is not an arcade. I'm sorry. I've been in there before. It looks like they replaced a lot of the stuff. That at least they had some real arcade games in there. Now it's just raw thrill slop. I don't know if I'd bother going there. Just sit around. I've got a better arcade on my Steam Deck. Sucks, man. I miss actual arcade games. I could convince those people to get an Exa Arcadia, and then I would like live there. But that's not gonna happen. Nobody's buying the Exa Arcade. Exa Arcadia. Well, the arcades now are trash for the most part. Unless you find one that has real arcade games and not mobile games in big cabinets. They give you, you know, ticket prizes that are like from the dollar store. Or they'll have like a PS5 in there, but you would have to be going there and winning like for months on end to even think of getting something. Real arcades are pretty much dead. It doesn't help that Exa Arcadia does like absolutely nothing to make people want to buy it. It's way too expensive. They're trying to say that they're trying to be the new Neo Geo, and I'm like, well, that was affordable. That was affordable for like small businesses, meaning like laundromats and stuff, and like bowling alleys, and not like big corporations that can pay for it. We're not even trying to make it relevant. No, you can switch out Exa Arcadia games, but the starting price is too high. I know if I go to that place they just advertised to me, it'd be just slop. Raw thrills. Raw thrills, it's like the only reason those games are popular is because nobody else is making arcade games. They're shit games. It's not like Steam and Switch where there's like thousands of games and you could never, even the ones that are worth playing, you could never play them all. Like literally impossible. You need like multiple long lifetimes. Arcade games, there's nothing. There's plenty of places that still have the machines, but they're not anything worth playing. They're Amerijank. They're American-made arcade games, which historically were always the worst games. You can go and look at multiple video essays about how NBA Jam cheated to get you to put more money in. Terminator 2, like, all those Midway rail shooters, the light gun games, you couldn't 1cc them, it was impossible. Very few good Western arcade games. Most of them are racing games. Even those had insane rubber banding. Like, way worse than Mario Kart or Burnout. You know, there's still some people that are misguided, and they think that, you know, Western games are bad. I'm like, yeah, the big AAA games are. I won't deny that, but there are a lot of amazing Western games, just most of them are smaller ones like the one I'm playing. But arcade games, back in the arcade era, the Western ones were the worst. They were not designed with skill in mind. They were designed to siphon money out of kids. And go look it up right now, how NBA Jam cheats. There's probably multiple essays on it. Japanese games did not do that. Most of them didn't. The popular ones didn't do that. That's why arcades suck now, because that's all there is now. That's literally all there is now, is Western arcade games, which were, outside of racing games and a few exceptions, were never great. Could probably do a video at that place when I get paid, but I don't think it's worth the money. You guys have seen my Steam Deck. I have a better arcade. Real arcade games, not the cheap imitations.
Until the next fight.
Well, Raw Thrills, they're a very smart business, though. They're really taking advantage of a situation where nobody else is even trying to compete. So they put their crap on sale and people buy it because they don't want to, understandably, they don't want to maintain, you know, Street Fighter and Marvel 2 from 25 plus years ago. Raw Thrills games are way easier to maintain. PCB-based games are really hard to maintain, and a lot of people don't know how to do it anymore. Arcade games have just been computers and boxes for a long time. That's why some places are literally just putting a Steam Deck in a cabinet. I'm like, yeah, that's totally, I would totally do that if I owned a business. I just put a bunch of ROMs in there and like some games like Streets of Rage 4 that pass for arcade games. I just put those in there and buy a big cabinet. Buy a cabinet, put it in there, and then have some kind of like system where people can put money in. It'd be like 1,000 times cheaper.
Bravo!
Bravo, Bogan! I actually like the guy's voice, Volkov. People have been complaining about his voice. I'm like, he's basically a post-apocalyptic Jabba the Hutt. I mean, is he supposed to sound like a twink? There's some valid complaints about this game, like the way that the parry system works is kind of dumb. They definitely have done a lot of patches since they gave me this key. Like, the guy's voice is not one of them. It's like, what is he supposed to sound like? It's like that Diablo clone that had NFTs in it. And like, the first guy that you talk to is this AI-generated wizard art, but he sounds like he just graduated high school. Like, I think you should put a little bit more effort into the voice acting if the first guy you talk to in that game is a generic medieval wizard, but he sounds like he's 19, like fresh out of high school. this game is like Smash TV. No, it's very similar. It's a game show. It's just instead of it being, well, it actually, yeah, this is, the show in this is televised to people. So it is like Smash TV, just far more violent. I guess like all the people that are, that compete in this are like convicts. But the guy that you play as was, falsely accused. So he's got to, do combos to get out, I guess. It's not exactly of a story-focused game, but that's the premise is pretty similar.
You have survived. Oh, great.
No, Smash TV was pretty violent, especially because I played that game as a kid. That game actually is pretty violent. It's just the game was impossible, so kids didn't really get to see the violence anyway. You get one credit, which lasts like 2 minutes. Your mom tells you, we gotta get out of the mall now. I guess that's how they got away with it.
Congratulations on a successful fight.
Yeah, I used to go to the laundromat just to play Metal Slug. Good times. Yeah, the death of affordable arcade machines really sucks. Arcadia is doing absolutely nothing to solve that problem. They're not doing anything to solve that problem, like, at all. Like, if you're actually intending to be a modern Neo Geo, that should actually be affordable.
Well done, Morgan.
Like, the Neo Geo was popular in third world countries where, you know, it wasn't really feasible to have a game console, or at least not one in, like, only one game. Well, like, the X-Arcadia is definitely not that. Definitely not. It's about as far from it as it can get. They have some stuff I really want to play on there. I wish I could play it somehow. I'm never gonna get the chance, though. Oh, that's right. There's a new chaos code, isn't there? I forgot about that. Well, it's kind of hard to care because I'm not in a place where I'll ever get to play it. Couldn't really care. Well, even it's not entirely Exa. You can't entirely blame Exa because all the Japanese arcade companies, they operate off revenue share now. So like you had to be connected to a server, and it's expensive, which is why only Round 1 has stuff like that. You know, they have Nessica and AllNet, but they're revenue share. They're not like Neo Geo, where you bought it and all the profit was yours. The company didn't have any kind of control over that. So the death of arcades, you can't blame it on Exa. They're not helping to solve the problem, but it's also not their fault. They're just perpetuating it. It's been a problem for a good 15 years. Nessica and stuff started in like the early 2010s. And that's when arcade games really died outside of Japan. Sometimes people say it's all their fault. I'm like, no, it's not all their fault. They're just not doing anything to make it stop. They're perpetuating it even more. That's what it is.
Pickers and foes. Bravo,
Bravo,
Morgan.
Morgan.
Let's go. We'll call this virginality. Morgan wins.
Morgan
Bravo.
wins. Bravo. Oh, I didn't get any money, huh? That sucks. Well, try to keep that shield going, I guess.
Ready, go.
think this run's gonna win, boys. I think this is a winning run. But there are some real bullshit enemies in this next area. Don't get too attached, but I think this might be a winning run on tape. We'll see. Try to make it happen. These are all really good choices. I'll take that.
Yes, you did it. Let's move on.
Actually, which one's gonna give me credits? I need money. Cold hard cash. It's not giving me any. Deep troll.
The show has begun.
Oh yeah, these guys. Anti-fun police. I hate these guys. Get out of here, bozo. Another one. Clone army. Shield needs to break. These guys just kill the pacing. You know, I have like enemies in games that just block. Just block. They don't like actually fight. They just waste time. I need to remove this enemy. Cost me the run as it keeps spamming those guys. These guys are cheap too, the chain grabs.
Moving forward.
Give me money. Money, please. No money. No money. Inflation simulator. No money. No one has money in this game. This guy again. Fuck you. This is what I don't like about this game, is how quickly you die from stuff that's not the enemies fighting you. I'll lose the run because of that riot shield guy. That's alright, get a bunch of meta currency for this. I'm getting cheated pretty hard right now. Cheap ass enemies. SNK boss syndrome enemies. What do you got? You better have something good, bro. Yeah, get that guy. Ranged attack spammers deserve no mercy. Always public enemy number 1 around here. I didn't get any cash. I don't want a weapon.
The fight is over. You win.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and go here. I might be able to burst down the boss. It's a maybe, though. Alright. I really wanted some money so I could replenish my shield, but bad RNG. Got an extra health bar, basically, of shield, but I can't get it replaced. This room usually spawns some real bull crap. Keep spamming the same guy. Give me another enemy, please. I'm tired of this riot shield guy. Nothing works on this guy. Set parry, but the parry timing's really tight. Please stop spawning these guys. Spawn something else, please.
like your funeral is about to begin. Stop!
GG.
Bravo!
Bravo, Morgan. GG's. Alright, well that's gonna do it for tonight, folks. That was a pretty good gameplay tonight. Definitely had a couple losses on Towerborne, but I guess I'm just trying to brute force it too much. Just gonna have to take it slow. I'll be back with that probably later today, along with Astral Ascent's update is in I think a couple hours. So try to get to bed now and maybe do a morning stream if my medication side effects permit. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. It's fun tonight. See you guys very soon.